All right, feeling more and more like fall by the day. Today's high temperature, 65 degrees. That's down a degree from yesterday. A little bit on the breezy side out there today. Some leaves blowing around as well. A few degrees below the average for this time of year, 68 degrees. The early morning low is 35. Wanted to point out the record low set back on this day back in 2009 in recent memory. 20 degrees, record low temperature here for October 1st. We're in for a cold night overnight tonight, probably the coldest night yet thus far this early autumn season. Today's high temperatures across the day very comfortable across Desert Valley locations. 79 in Sedona today. Prescott, you are 75. It was 78 degrees in Winslow. Grand Canyon, South Rim, 64 degrees. Okay, here's a look at it across the regional satellite. Here we are, clear skies for the most part across northern Arizona. We did have a little bit of those cumulus clouds out there today. It looked like it tried to want to rain out there. We have a cold front moving through the Rocky Mountains, and the dry end is pushing through northern Arizona, and that's why we were a little bit on the breezy side with the winds out of the west with the cold front moving throughout the day. And as we move throughout the night, cold air will continue to filter in, a little bit of a northeasterly breeze, dry cold air moving in with clear skies tonight. That's why I think we're in for the coldest night yet of the season. This storm system bringing some moisture into the Rockies, now moving off into the lee, some high elevation snow, 10,000 feet and above in the Rockies, Summit County of Colorado. Not a huge snowstorm or anything, but they're definitely getting dusted with this snowstorm and with this storm. I shouldn't even call it a snowstorm, but you can kind of see here the cold front kind of barely draped across the Intermountain West there. So we're kind of getting behind this thing, looking at the current temperatures right now. It's pretty cool with the cold front. 55 in Salt Lake City, Denver, down to 46 degrees, much warmer out ahead of the front, but that cold air will filter in. And actually, one thing I wanted to mention, this storm system is going to become a big storm for the Midwest here as we get into the end of the week and the coming weekend. Think some lake effect snow in store. Temperatures in Chicago probably just in the 40s here as we get into the weekend. I don't think it's going to snow in Chicago, but the upper Great Lakes will see some snow. And then kind of an area of low pressure just hangs around the Midwest, while out west we see a building ridge of high pressure, and it looks like for the next couple weeks that's going to be the weather pattern. Cold and unsettled across the East Coast or the eastern half of the nation, with us here across the west under high pressure. So after we get behind the storm system, which I think tomorrow we're still a little cool, then we get high pressure, and as we get into the weekend, it's really going to warm things up. Currently outside in Flagstaff, it's 58 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and the wind out of the west at 5 miles per hour. We're seeing wind gusts out there today right around 25 miles per hour. Okay, overnight tonight, clear and cold, going for a frost here in Flagstaff. Of course, we've already hit 32 degrees twice, so it's not that much colder, although some of the cold locations around Flagstaff have been seeing temperatures into the upper 20s. That's going to happen once again overnight tonight. Tomorrow, we still have that chilly air kind of behind the storm system. So for us in Flagstaff, 64 degrees. It'll be a sunny day. A little bit of a northeasterly breeze, and we'll call it cool because the normal temperature for this time of year is 68. So when you get down in the desert and valley locations, obviously, temperatures will be very lovely for this time of year. Sedona 77, Prescott 75, Winslow 71. Also notice some of these other low temperatures. Everybody kind of on the chilly side. Payson 44 tonight, Winslow 42, Tuba 47, Sedona down to 48 degrees tonight. Okay, here's a look at the extended forecast. It's all sunshine the whole way through and a big warm up here as we get into the end of the weekend. Into the weekend, we're in the mid-70s here in Flagstaff, and for you down in Sedona, these really nice temperatures become a little bit warmer. You're back into the mid-80s here as we get into the weekend.